the majority leader to keep an eye on him because he's a complete fraud. We know what Boehner is. And, of course, we know the establishment Republicans hate when I say that. Get off your soapbox, Mark. No, how about we educate ourselves and stop the goose-stepping? How about we get serious about nominating conservatives, promoting them to leadership positions, and actually electing them? How about we get confident about our principles and values and fight for them, the way the left fights for its principles and values, such as they are, and the way the establishment fights for its own selfish, greedy purposes? Listen to this, red state. House Republicans, listen carefully, are preparing a continuing resolution to keep the government open, okay? In doing so, they've decided to be total, well, prostitutes for K Street and Wall Street, writes Erickson. The crony capitalists, emboldened by the Chamber of Commerce's help during primary season, are doing some very unusual things. Here's what he hears. First, they will reauthorize the Export-Import Bank, which is something K Street is desperate to see happen. Many of you probably don't know what that is because you work for a living and you can't keep up with all this stuff. Export-Import Bank, that's your tax dollars used to subsidize multi-billion-dollar international corporations to promote their products and services. It's massive redistribution of wealth from working people to major international corporations, welfare for international corporations, and the Republican leadership in the House of Representatives can't even bring itself to end it. Now, if we can't end that, ladies and gentlemen, then what can we end? This is your man Boehner. This is your man McCarthy. This is your man Scalise, the Three Stooges. Second, current reports are, this is the House leadership, and they have no fear of losing their majority. And they still do this. Current reports are they will spend more than the original Paul Ryan, Patty Murray deal that included the tax hikes. Unless, of course, we pressure them not to. I guess they don't see over $100 trillion in unfunded liabilities. And remember, for the last several years, Barack Obama has spent this country into oblivion with the help of the House Republicans. Can't do it without them. Third, they will make sure, listen to this is their tactics, that the continuing resolution expires after the election, but before January. Now, why is that important? Because that will free them up to go back for a lame duck session where outgoing members retiring, can use their votes to pass amnesty, tax increases, and further extend the Export-Import Bank. Essentially, just as the Democrats used retiring members of Congress to pass Obamacare, since they no longer had to worry about being accountable to voters, Republicans are going to use their members on the other side of an election and no longer accountable to the voters to increase federal spending, collaborate on amnesty, and prepare a grab bag of pork-filled requests for K Street. Get ready. It's coming. Remember the story I did the other day where this Kevin McCarthy, the Republican majority leader in the House, put out the agenda for the Republicans in the House, first gave it to the lobbyists, then gave it to the members? Remember that? Then there's this in the Hill newspaper. I'm sorry. Somebody has to tell you this. The other hosts don't give a damn. They're either so self-absorbed they can't control themselves, or they're off beating the drums, Republican, Obama bad, Boehner good. Here's the Hill newspaper. John Boehner's fundraising machine has propped up the House Republican struggling campaign arm this election cycle. A point his team is driving home as the Ohio Republican tries to ward off any serious challenge to his speakership. So Boehner has been raising money the entire summer recess from mostly big donors. He's used a lot of that money to shore up some of these candidates, and he expects something in return for them. A vote for Speaker. Through the end of June, Boehner transferred $17 million from his Freedom Project leadership PAC to the National Republican Congressional Committee. And he's raised tens of millions more for a campaign committee, headlining and hosting events and signing fundraising mailers and emails. So you can see the relationship between the lobbyists, big corporations, millionaires and billionaires, and the establishment. Pretty damn disgusting.